So if you're a man looking to deepen your relationship with God and with other men in the community, then you're probably going to want to hear this. So my name is Philip Beaver. I'm a member here at North Star Church, also a member of the worship band. You may see me playing drums sometimes, but I was honored to be a part of the Authentic Manhood small group that the men's ministry did this last fall semester. So growing up as one of 5 boys with a dad in the house, mom was the only girl, so 6 guys, 1 girl, I felt like manhood, brotherhood, that was all that I ever knew. I mean, I didn't think this series was going to be easy, but I thought, okay, I know what I'm doing. I feel like I've got a good idea of what this means. So going into this, I really just wanted to meet other guys, which is obviously, a byproduct of this, because you're going through this study with other men in the church that are like-minded like you, want to grow in different seasons of your life probably, but that was a really cool aspect of it as well. But anyhow, was just really floored with all of the takeaways from this series. We started out, looking at what the historical roots are of manhood, because of maybe our grandparents' parents growing up in the Industrial Revolution, all of the events that took place during those times, that really kind of, in that context, growing up, decides how then those people would then parent us. So it's talking about, depending on how old you are, there were probably different ideals that were instilled in you as a kid, depending on when your parents grew up. So that was really interesting. But then bringing that all into today, what does manhood, what does culture say manhood's supposed to look like today, and then where's that going in the future? So it was really good. I'll be honest, the 2 biggest takeaways I would say, one, just being overall that it's important to be, as a man in the church wanting to grow in faith, it's important to be in community with other men and in a community that encourages you to grow. So small groups, accountability groups, that kind of thing. That's something that I never really had growing up, which I'm really thankful for now, and I'm still trying to continue to grow those relationships that I built through that small group and other ways in the church. But the other thing is probably some principles that was really just practical, as questions that I try to ask myself on a more regular basis. And it's that, as authentic men, and the constructs of what the Bible says we're supposed to be, it goes into a lot of different things, but 4 of the biggest things that we're supposed to be in order to be an authentic man is we need to reject passivity. So looking back at the Bible, at the dawn of creation, when Adam was passive and he just ate the fruit instead of leading courageously like he was supposed to, that was a downfall of man as a whole. So we need to reject passivity. We need to accept responsibility in 3 different ways that it specifies that we have a will that God's will for our life. We have a work to do that comes in a lot of different ways. And then for a lot of us, we have a woman to love. So in all 3 of those aspects, we need to accept responsibility for those things. And then we need to lead courageously. God didn't call on us, to just sit idly by and see the people that we love and the things that are important to us that he has instilled in us in our lives. He didn't call on us to just sit there passively. He called us to lead courageously. And then the last thing is to invest eternally. And it talks about Jesus is obviously his input into the disciples' lives, how he told them, that you don't need to be setting treasures for here today because that's not going to matter, but set, treasures for eternity in heaven. So reject passivity, accept responsibility, lead courageously, and invest eternally. Those are probably my 4 biggest takeaways, in addition to the whole aspect that we need to be growing together in a community of encouraging each other to be better, godly figures and authentic men. So if you have the opportunity to be a part of one of these studies, I don't know what the schedule looks like for them. I know they'd like to have a lot more of these kind of groups. Then please get involved.
My name is Keegan Stone. I'm 24. I'm a grad student here in Blacksburg. I originally joined a men's group to build community while I'm here, and then immediately fell in love with the Authentic Manhood series. From the first session, the videos were entertaining and eye-opening, and then the discussions were great, insightful. Um, got a lot out of it, and then just really learned how I need to stand up every day and what things need to change in my life to be a true Christian man.